Okay, YouTubers, so today I wanted to talk a little about books and financial education. I think it's important that everybody has some type of financial education. For those who are going to go, oh, you're doing a video on books? Well, yeah, it's important that you do videos on things that are important to you and things that are going to hopefully inspire those who are watching it. And since I do have a lot of people who are interested in both technology as well as precious metals, I think this will probably speak well to you. If you want to have those nice technological things, you have to be a good investor and good with your money and well educated. And it's the same thing goes with investing in precious metals. You have to be well educated, and you also have to be able to have passion and knowledge. So before I talk about books, I've got about 10 of them here that I want to discuss. Not all of them I've read all the way through, and I'll point those out as I go through. But just a few to start you off. Sorry about the noise in the background. My bearded dragons are they're just feeding right now. Anyways, so I wanted to say I came home today before I look at the books, and I got a really nice surprise in the mail. A very nice individual from Precious Metals House named Rebecca actually sent me 2 coins for free. I didn't pay for these. It's a very nice gesture, and I don't know what I did to deserve them, so I really appreciate that. The first one is a 1/4 ounce silver 999. It's the Libertad look, and on the back it has the eagle and the snake there. So that's a 1/4 ounce there. And then she also sent me a 1/10 ounce right here. So here's the 1/10 ounce. It's the same as the 1/4 ounce, just smaller. And again on the back it's got the eagle grasping the snake. Again, both of these are Libertads. So now I have a 1 ounce, this is 1/4 ounce, and a 1/10 ounce. So thank you very much. That's great, free silver, and I really, really do appreciate that. Send me a message on my YouTube so I know who you are and I can thank you a little bit more in person. Anyways, let's go on to the books. First one I want to talk about is for those people who are younger and just starting to get into investment. This is a great book. It's by Leslie Scorgi. I can't say that properly. Rich by 30. I actually got this book as a gift. I was probably about 20 when I got it, and it's got some very good practical life investing strategies. It may not be as relevant now as it was then, but a lot of them are very good for people who don't know a lot about investing. She's fairly young back here, so she, kind of can speak to a younger audience. It's a really, really good book. It's got a great quality. It's very easy to understand, so I'd highly recommend this. If you're just starting out for investing, if you already know a little bit, this will just be a brush up. You probably won't need it, but I've read this whole thing. It's great. Next book I want to talk about is by Raj Patel, The Value of Nothing. This is an excellent book. He basically talks about how things are valued in society. So, for example, the typical hamburger that you get at McDonald's, it'll cost, $1.98. But when you look at the environmental impact, the shipping, the cattle, the work to clear those fields, all the way down to the McDonald's employee who may not be getting a lot of money, the cost of that burger is closer to $200, $250. So he talks a little bit about that stuff. He also talks about society's need for continual consumption and how most of the stuff we get, we actually don't really need. And especially those who can't afford it. So he does talk a little bit about the economy in this, mainly American economy, but kind of ties in globally. So it's a great book, not necessarily financially based, but it has the values and principles that, will get you moving forward on some of those things. So the next one is, that's Raj Patel. This one's by John Lawrence Reynolds. It's The Skeptical Investor. This is a good book if you are going in for one of your first times or just revisiting your financial advisor and wanting to be able to speak their language and also know some of the BS that may be coming out of their mouth due to them trying to sell you products. Not all financial advisors are bad. I mean, my best friend in the world is a financial advisor and he's great. But there are some people who are out there just for the profits. This is a great book. It's very thin. It's not very long. And it's just a good way to get your head around some of the language. And it's a little dry, but some of the language with regards to investing, and this is not just investing on the stock market. When I'm talking investing, I'm talking about every type of investing. If you're going to invest in an RRSP, which is similar to the 401k in the United States. RRSP is the Canadian version. If you're going to put your money in a TFSA, which is in Canada a tax-free savings account, what vehicle are you going to use? Are you going to put some of that in a mutual fund? Are you going to put them in a corporate class mutual fund? Are you going to throw it in bonds, which I wouldn't recommend right now? Are you going to put it in a stock? Are you going to buy stock? Do you have enough money to buy stock? Are you going to put it in part savings and part ETFs, which are exchange traded funds? So he goes over a lot of that in this book. The next book is by Amanda Lang. Some of you probably know her from CBC. She hosts, I'm having a total brain fart here. She hosts a great show, The Lang and O'Leary Exchange. And this one is The Power of Why. I'm just about a quarter of the way done, so I haven't read the whole thing. And it's not, and there's Amanda Lang, many of you probably recognize her. It's not a book about business, but it's a book on how to think about business and how we have to restructure our thinking in order to be able to communicate within our businesses, within our home businesses, within the community, within each other. It talks a lot about the education system. I don't want to give too much away on all these, but about how we're trained from a young age not to question things. Why? We have to keep questioning. That's what The Power of Why is. And again, I'm about 3/4 of the way through, and it's quite good. If you're interested in any of these books, once I've finished them, send me a private message or write me in the comments, and I can happily explain a little bit more before you go and purchase this. I do get this one on Amazon. It was fairly cheap, $19.95 plus about $3 shipping, and this is quite good. It's a new release too, so you should be able to find it anywhere. Next one is the Robert Kiyosaki. He's the Rich Dad Poor Dad author, and he does also audiobooks and audio tapes about that type of thing. And it's quite good. I'm not a huge fan of everything that he says in this. He's talking about how he basically started with nothing, him and his wife, how they met. It's a bit more of a personal story of it, and how his financial education has gained him a huge amount of insight into his investment and his success today. So very personal account about how him and his wife decided, they were almost broke for a while, then they got into real estate and they kept growing their real estate, just like a game of Monopoly, which he does use that analysis in this book as well. He also does gold and silver investing guide as well. He's very bullish, especially on silver. At least that was in around 2008. I'm not sure what his, if he's still bullish on silver or not, but I would assume so. So it's quite good. It's I'm not the best read, but it's a good quick read, and very easy to read. Next one is, and that was Robert Kiyosaki. This one's Harry S. Dent Jr., and this is a great crash ahead. Very, I'm only a chapter in, so there's not much I can say about it, other than he kind of talks about some of the doomsday scenarios. He does have a huge background. He's got an MBA from Harvard, and he has a financial background. So in this book, from what it looks like, there's a lot of graphs and charts and things like that. So he talks about the crash that has not yet come, but is going to be coming shortly. And then the last book I want to talk about, I've got lots more investing books, but I actually have not read this. I haven't even read one page of it. It's The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. This is a revised edition. Jason Zweig revised it, which is kind of annoying because when you go through it, you can see all of his notes on it, which I'm not very interested in. I just want to see the original notes. Got this for very cheap on Amazon, and it was actually recommended by Warren Buffett. I saw a great documentary on Warren Buffett, and Benjamin Graham was kind of like his mentor, hero type of guy in the investing world, and this is the one book that he recommended. It's fairly thick in here. They do have a index in the back, which is why it's so thick, but and notes, of course. But this is, if Warren Buffett reads it, how bad could it be? Keep my reading up. It's a big book, though. I'll let you guys know if you're interested about what this one is. So those are a few books. I've got lots more. You can find anything from the advanced stuff to the kooky, weird, way right field investing to the way more conservative left investment type books. I try to keep it as balanced as possible. One of the great ones that I always look at is Money Sense magazine, which talks a lot about retirement stuff as well. So there's a few books, guys. I appreciate your input, and please write a comment. Please subscribe, and thanks again to Rebecca from Precious Metals House for sending these 2 coins. I really do appreciate anything sent to me. And if you do decide to send something, I can give you my address, and I will happily unbox it on one of my videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next